Welcome, everyone. Greetings from the universe. We welcome you to our show, Celestra's Wisdom, with Shelley Celestra and me, your host, Ishana Sophia. On this program, Shelley Celestra brings you new tools for spiritual healing. We're coming to you from beautiful northern New Mexico, and thank you for listening today. Today's date is September 19th, 2017. Announcement. We welcome our listeners to submit questions to Shelley Celestra at our email address celestranm@gmail.com. Please send your questions about personal or universal healing. Shelley Celestra will be selecting questions that are timely for our audience to hear about universal healing. We will present these questions and answers on this channel, and your name will remain private. Also, Shelley produces a newsletter with healing processes several times a year. And these are a little different from the YouTube's videos. If you'd like to receive the newsletter, please send a request from the email address you prefer to celestranm@gmail.com. Please note, the information on this program is provided for educational purposes only, and it's not meant to provide medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment, or to take the place of medical care for maladies that are physical, psychological, or emotional. The purpose of this program is to share the research and personal experience of the speakers in spiritual healing by working with our subtle bodies and our own divine energy to bring cleansing, balance, and harmony within. On your journey of self-healing, we hope to help you ground your divinity in the body in order to expand your light. Our goal is your self-empowerment that comes with the knowing and accepting of the truth of your divine self as healer. Let me tell you a little bit about our featured teacher, Shelley Celestra. Through her constant communication with Source, Prime Creator, divine beings, and extraterrestrials, Shelley Celestra has the unique ability to bring forth powerful wisdom teachings for the times in which we live. You will find insight and self-empowerment as you learn new tools for healing in these videos. You may want to watch the videos in chronological order to build your foundation of knowledge in these new tools for spiritual healing. Now I'd like to turn the microphone over to Shelley Celestra.
Hi, this is Shelley Celestra, and I bring you greetings from Divine Source and the United Light Beings of the Great Universe. I have been blessed and continue to be blessed with gifts each day. I hope to share this blessing with you. I will help you access the universe so that you find greater awareness and understanding, as well as learning how to heal yourself. This is a synergistic relationship. As I teach you, you teach me by asking questions that I have to find answers for. By accessing the universe, we are blessings for each other. I thank you for being a partner in a spiritual journey.
Okay, thank you, Shelley. What would you like to talk about today?
Today we're going to talk about magnification of illusions, and we're going to talk about some new spiritual openings.
You gave me the title Activations for Empowerment.
Yes. And we're going to talk about how these activations create openings that allow you to access the universe in a different way, and that allow give you the ability to access your internal world at the same time. We're going to begin with two activations that are the most important for you to open up. Those are the ones we'll be doing on the show today. The first one, which is the door to the God Self, is pure love, and that's at the Rubaya or pure heart at the front of the physical heart.
And it's the door to?
It's the door to pure love.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And the second one is at the belly button. It's at the God's eye, and that is the door to the great universe. Both of these doors are very important, especially to open them first when you are doing this kind of spiritual work. We'll actually be guiding you in how to heal the illusions that people are trying to hold up under. the extreme distress and fear that it is causing in people right now. To activate these doors, you would take your left thumb and place it on the God's eye. So you'll be opening that one first. And what you should feel, and for most people you will feel it more easily if you have your eyes closed. You should feel like a door or a window is sliding open underneath your thumb. And that will activate your God's eye as a doorway. And then the second one is with your right thumb, and it's on top, just at the base of your
sternum.
Thank you, of your sternum. If you go ahead.
All right. So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What if I can't feel the door slide open? So after a few seconds, it probably has slid open,
mm-hmm.
and I can remove my thumb from my belly button.
Yes.
And now we're going on to the heart.
Right. At the most, it will take 30 seconds, no matter who you are. Yeah.
Okay. I could feel a shift in my energy, but I couldn't feel the door slide open. I could just feel kind of a all over body thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm sorry to interrupt. We're now on the heart.
It's fine. So you press your right thumb just at the base of the sternum.
Okay, and it's okay to do it on top of my clothes?
Mm-hmm, absolutely. Okay. And again, you will feel that, you should feel something as that door opens for you. Everyone's different, and so I don't want people to think that what I feel is what you have to feel. But what I can tell you is it creates an opening and an activation for you. It creates a doorway that you can go through. And this doorway allows your spirit to have a greater sense of freedom.
I used the wrong hand.
Oh.
Right thumb on the base of the sternum.
Yes.
For the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's important to review these things.
Yeah, that's right. So with these first two doorways open, the way you enter through the doors, now that the doors are open, is you need to decide on a purpose. And the purpose that I wanted to give you today was about clearing illusions. And the reason we're doing this is because of all the light energy that we've assisted in bringing to this planet through the eclipse event of creating the bridge and the ring that go around the sun and the moon, which are now permanent. Because we've done all this light work, there are dark beings on the planet that, of course, want to find a way to battle that light energy. And so what they've done is they've found a way to magnify in us, in humanity, all your fears, your anxiety, your despair,
crisis,
mm-hmm.
fear.
And they've figured out a way to use this energy so that they can actually affect our weather patterns by using these. They will take what would be an average sized hurricane, maybe it would be a 3 and peter out in the ocean somewhere and not have much effect on land. And it amps it up to a 5 or even into a category that is beyond 5, but 5 is our last number that we use for hurricanes. Same way with tornadoes. They had one that had 8 legs to it, a tornado. So
through this process today,
mm-hmm.
we can learn to reduce the power of the hurricanes they're still predicting.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
And we can learn how to reduce within us and to help reduce in our families by asking that this activation be copied for all our family members. And that's simply all you have to do is once you've activated those 2 places, ask that activation take place for your family members. Because you carry the same DNA, it will travel right to them and they will be activated as well. And in this process, you also ask to clear these illusions that they've created that make you think what would be normal average fears and anxiety that has been amped up to the power of 10 or sometimes 50 in some people, so that they seem psychotic or completely out of balance when it isn't them at all. They're being used in order to create darkness.
So once we have the opening,
Mm-hmm.
we simply ask for the purpose to be that it clears illusions of fear, despair, and crisis.
Right, by going into that door. And the way you go into the door is you call on your spirit to enter that doorway and go into the universe. This allows you access to the multiverse. So everything is available. All the light energies in the universe are right there inside you. You are walking through that doorway into the light of everything that is. So by going into and your willingness to go through this doorway, you will feel a different form of expansion. And Ishana, can I have you talk about that a little bit, about what you felt when you did the activation?
Yesterday or
Yesterday.
a month ago? Okay. Well, I was receiving a healing with light in my heart chakra at the same time. And I just felt a big release. I mean, I sobbed through the whole healing treatment and stated positive intentions through the whole thing. Mm-hmm. But I felt it as a big release, and sometimes I would feel a jerking in my spine and in my limbs. It was not very much of that, but a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, and when it was over, I felt really cleansed, like I'd had a shower after working out in the dirt for a day. Cleansed.
Very good.
And at peace and rejuvenated.
Good.
Energized. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So by learning to release this way, by not accepting the illusions they're creating for you, because this gets piled on your own energy. So if you think about a hobo that starts out with a stick and he has, a pack of gum and a peanut butter sandwich and a clean shirt in his little bag hanging on his stick. And then what they do is they add on top of that tons and tons of fear and anger and any other negative emotion that they can attach to, until that weight sitting on your shoulders inside your little hobo bag is enormous and feels like it can't be carried anymore. So I'm finding that people are staying at home in dark spaces, that cave mentality of hiding.
They're depressed.
They're very depressed. They're very anxious, or both, which is a really hard one to work with.
Feeling despair, like they don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They feel like they're at the bottom of the well and there's no way to climb out. And so this gives you, for one thing, it helps you get a sense of self-empowerment, and that's what this is about today, empowering you to help not only yourself, but empowering the universe to go, we don't need all this. This energy that they're projecting onto us can be released. And when you release this energy into the universe, what would you want to do with it?
I'd like for it to be transmuted into pure energy.
What kind of pure energy? Just pure energy? Or do you want it to be calming for the weather? Or do you want it to be calming for humanity's sense of crisis, so that becomes widespread and it expands?
Okay. I'm usually not that specific. So let's say that I would like for the fear and the despair to be transmuted into peace and calm in every heart of humanity, and for the planet.
Very good. That's excellent. So when you go through this door into the universe, what I recommend is, and the reason that we opened up both doors, both the universal door and your Rubaya, the pure love, is when you combine those energies, when you have both doors open at the same time, what you are doing is you're combining your ability to create greater light because you've just combined the universe with pure love. So everything you're clearing is getting transmuted into pure love anyway. But now you're giving pure love a purpose. What is that purpose? The purpose is to help everyone else do the same.
Okay, so by opening both the door of the heart, pure love, and the door of the belly button, God's eye, the door of the universe, they are working together.
Yes, they become one when you activate them together. Mm-hmm. They become one door, and you're entering the multiverse then.
All right, well, now I need to go back and review this with you because I got a little bit lost somewhere. All right, now we have touched with our left thumb, we have touched our heart.
No, left thumb's the God's eye.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's good.
Okay, that's what I wrote down. All right, with our right thumb, do you want to do the universe first? Because I thought we did the heart first.
No, we did the universe first.
We did, okay.
Mm-hmm. The reason for doing the universe first, for teaching you about that one first, is because it expands your world. And it's really important right now that people feel expanded, because the more you close down or close in or get that cave mentality, the easier it is for them to target you with dark energies. And you don't want to do that, so you stay expanded. And there's nothing that says you have to close that God's eye, that doorway. You can leave it open.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so with my left thumb in my belly button,
mm-hmm.
I'm opening and activating the door to the great universe.
Yep.
And then with my right thumb, I'm touching my heart, Rubaiyat, at the base of my sternum. And I'm opening the door to pure love. And now the universe and pure love, my heart and my belly button, God's eye, are working together. And then you said we can go into the door of the universe. And then we give it a purpose.
Right.
To clear the illusions of fear, despair, and crisis. And I don't remember what you said after that. Is there something more to this process?
We were talking about what you want to do with it, so you transfigure that energy.
Okay, so I asked to transform the energy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would normally say send it to the solar rays, but we can just, because we're in the universe, we can just ask for it to be transmuted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I asked that, I'm going to write down what my intention would be. I asked that these dark energies be transmuted into pure peace and calm for all humanity in the earth. Expanded through all of humanity in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then what do we do?
Then you have to decide what you want your spirit to do. If that is enough for you, if you have completed what you feel you need to complete, then you walk back through the door. Now, you don't have to close the door, but your soul and spirit become one unit again. In this instance, it's not that your spirit is leaving your body and taking off for parts unknown. It's staying in the body because the universe is within you. But it is not creating a separation. It is expanding itself outside its normal location so that it can experience the entire universe. So when you're in there, if there are things that you feel that you need to clear for yourself or your family or help clear on the earth, you can do that from that space with having pure love open and the universal activation at the God's eye. Having those two doors open together means that you have access to all this pure love, and you give pure love an intention. So what do you want that energy to be besides pure love? Because that's what it transforms into. So what do you want it to do? You want it to, as you said, expand and help clear everyone. So give it another purpose. If you feel like you need to do more than just one, do 2 or 3. Ask that energy heal the imbalance in the hurricanes. See, to me, that would be a really important one. is to ask that that energy flow into the hurricanes to heal that imbalance. There are hurricanes that are natural. Having hurricanes or tornadoes are part of the natural world, but they're never extreme. When there are any extreme weather patterns that you see, those have been manufactured in some way, and they always use fear in some form or another. So by doing this process, what you do is you're taking away the part of the equation that is an illusion, so that it no longer affects the hurricane or the tornado or even the earthquake. It's not just weather, it's anything natural, all the elements.
Mm-hmm.
So you take away that which has been deliberately created for that which is a natural phenomenon.
Okay. I guess if I were going to ask for something for humanity and all living things, it would be unity consciousness.
Okay.
So I ask that unity consciousness expand in every heart and mind of each member of humanity, and expand to all living things and the planet.
Yeah, very good. Okay. So you've given yourself a list of several chores, I guess you could say, several prayers or processes that you want to do while you are in that space, when you've opened the doors, so that you can find more expansion inside yourself. Once you've done that and your spirit returns to, I would just say it's home, then what happens is a lot of people will feel kind of ungrounded. They'll feel a weightlessness. They have a feeling that everything that has held them back has been released. And when you get that feeling, which is wonderful, it can create euphoria in some, you have to remember to ground yourself back in the physical world, so that you're present here fully, because you don't want to get behind the wheel of a car when you are ungrounded.
All right, so I want to model for our audience grounding. So I would say I ground from my pure heart, the Rubaya, to the pure heart of Mother Earth.
Yes.
And from my pure heart, Rubaya, to the pure heart of God, the great universe.
Yes. Which is the sun, by the way, just so you're aware, that is the sun.
All right. Okay. Let's see. There was something else I was going to ask you. So while we're in here, in the doorway to the great universe, let's think of an intention for the healing of the body and the non-physical bodies of all humanity. Because we have, and our plants and our bodies have been poisoned and manipulated. And let's think of an intention for healing the physicality and the non-physicality of each human and all other living things.
Okay, so for my students and clients, and I'm not sure if we covered this on the YouTube video or not about the seeding stuff.
I can't remember what we did. I'm sorry. I didn't review it recently.
It's okay. So one of the best things you can do for yourself as far as healing the physical and the subtle bodies is to replace your seeding cell from this lifetime that has been corrupted through poisons, pollutions, electromagnetic pulse machines, all kinds of negative energy that keeps smacking against your seeding cells. And the seeding cell the original seeding cell is at the center of your pineal gland. And that's the original cell of all beings. The seeding cell is the very first cell created when you are created as a being. And that seeding cell, not seating, but seeding, SEEDING, is of great import. It's what can direct the entire body, like being the conductor of an orchestra. When you have that pure seeding cell again, it can assist any part of your body in its healing process. So what I would tell you to do is call on your healing team, and everyone has a healing team. It's usually 3. Between ascended masters, gods of different cultures, angels, archangels, warrior archangels. There are all ascended beings in some aspect, at least, most of them at least in 2 aspects of love. And these beings assist you in any healing purpose that you have. So doing this very simple process, what you are going to ask them to do is assist you in removing your seeding cell from this lifetime, from your pineal gland, and send it into the solar rays. And the reason we send them into the solar rays is that's our entrance into the universe, into the world, into becoming a physical form as you come in through the sun. So the solar rays are creational, and they're healing and cleansing and just filled with love. So by sending your seeding cell there that has been corrupted by this lifetime, you are giving back grace. You are allowing that to be transformed. And then what you want to do is call on your healing team to retrieve your original seeding cell, which is not corrupted, is not full of pollution and poisons, has not been affected by these EMF rays. And you ask them to seat it at the center of your pineal gland.
Where did they go to get it?
They get it from the same place, from the sun. Everyone's seeding cells reside there, no matter who you are, how many lifetimes you've lived, no matter what part of the multiverse you're from. They're inside the sun. That's where God's heart is. It's where He keeps the light of all of us. Okay?
All right, so I'm going to repeat this sentence.
He keeps the light of all of us.
Okay. I'm going to repeat that last sentence because I didn't finish it.
Okay.
I asked my healing team to retrieve my original seeding cell from the sun and
seat it.
S-E-A-T, it.
At the center of my pineal gland.
Thank you.
I then make copies of it, placing a copy in each lobe of my brain. All glands and all major joints.
All lobes of my brain, all glands, and
all major joints.
And all major joints.
Okay,
I'm slow to write, sorry.
No, it's fine. Okay. So then what this does, because you have an uncorrupted seeding cell and you've made these copies, that means you have that energy all over your physical body to aid you in whatever you need. If you are getting older and you have fewer stem cells, once you hit 50, 60, 70, you're talking about fewer all the time, you can ask or tell your body, depending on which way you look at it, that you choose to create new stem cells every day.
Now.
And you can give them specific purpose using your seeding cells.
Would we do this inside the door of the great universe?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay. So, another intention then for being inside the great universe is to ask, I'm sorry, who's going to create the stem cells? My seeding cell?
Your seeding cells.
Okay.
Your seeding cells will work together as a unit to do things like that. They can balance your chemistry, your hormones. They can ask for any blockages that you may have. They can to dissolve so that you don't have blockages. So if you're building up stones,
yeah,
which I've been working on myself.
Okay, but we have been inside the door of the great universe. So this makes it a more powerful intention.
Yes, it does.
If we're doing it from that place.
Yes, and that's why we're talking about this as a possibility to do here.
Okay, so we grounded ourselves. Are we still in the door of the great universe?
Well, that's because we were talking about how to get out, and then we went back.
Okay.
So that you would do this before you come out, or you would go back in. It's either way. You know, you can go back anytime you want.
All right. So I want to go back in.
Right.
So I just say, do I have to touch my belly button?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm touching my belly button with my left thumb, and I'm waiting for the door to open.
Well, you've already activated it, so once it's activated, for most people, it's just a brief, like 2-second touch in each location, or even together, because you're going to join those two together again.
So I'm going back to open the doors, and the first door I'm going to open is the belly button, God's eye belly button. I put my left thumb there, and I put my right thumb on the base of my sternum. And because I've opened these doors before, it's a brief opening of, I think it took 3 or 4 seconds for me. And then I'm going to state another intention. I don't have to do any other preparation.
Not at all.
I'm just giving it a purpose. All right. So I ask my seeding cells to create new stem cells for me daily. Do I need to tell it where?
Where do you feel you need stem cells? Most people have, they have joint pain, or they have something they specifically wanted to focus on.
All right. So I'm going to say in my major organs and in my joints.
Yes, and I would recommend immune system, because that's strengthening your entire body.
Okay. I've got major organs, joints,
and immune system.
And immune system. Thank you for reminding me. Immune system.
Okay.
Now, you said something really important after that, but a while ago, but I don't remember it. Can you recall? About using those seeding cells to heal the body?
Oh, I was getting ready to state that what I would like you to consider doing is make your seeding cells golden mean.
Okay.
Which you've already done, but a lot of people have not. The golden mean energies we've already talked about on other YouTube videos. And what I would ask you to do is ask, when you are in the universal process that we're talking about here, is that when you accept, you have all your original seeding cells, then you ask that the universe gift you with the golden mean in all your seeding cells. What this does is it kind of makes you bulletproof, I guess is the best way to say it. This illusionary energy that they've put in people has been there for a while, and they just amped it up. Now, with people having golden mean seeding cells, they won't be able to do any new technology or new energetic fighting with you. One thing, they won't be able to find you because your frequencies have changed. Everything in you will shift from doing these processes. It will help you grow into and expand into a state that they don't even understand. And that's a really big gift.
Yes. Did you have anything more you'd like to work on today?
I think that's enough.
I think we've been around the universe 3 or 4 times, don't you think? Yeah. All right, so to close, we need to ground again.
Yes.
Okay, so we can leave our doors open.
Which means all you have to do is walk back in But it's always good to touch that space so that you're just reminding, especially at first, you're reminding your body of how you do this.
Okay. So, to close the process and to get back in our bodies so that we can function in the world, I'm going to state, I ground from my pure heart, Rabaya, to the pure heart, Rabaya, of Mother Earth. And I ground from my pure heart, Rabaya, to the pure heart of, I could say, the Sun, or it's the same thing as the great universe,
yes,
or God.
Mm-hmm. Source, any of those
Source.
names, Creator, Prime
Creator,
any of those
Creator.
names.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, whatever your beliefs are. None of this is ever meant to take away from anyone's beliefs. I work with people that are Catholic and Baptist and Buddhist and all kinds of different religions, and people that are consider themselves spiritual. In truth, everyone's spiritual. It's just what we do with it that makes a difference. Mm-hmm. So you accept this in a way that works best for you. You know, finding answers from this, it will lead to a lot more questions for you. Mm-hmm. But finding the answers on your own, which is what this does, this is the gift that the universe is giving everybody. It's telling you this is something you can do. You are empowered. You are the one that can do this for yourself and to help others that are trying blindly to find their way.
There's a lot of talk on the internet right now about going directly to source to get healing. Mm-hmm. That we have healing teams, we have angels that help us. But a lot of people are talking about how important it is to go to source, mm-hmm. to ask for help. And that means going to source within.
Yes.
You know, so did you have any further comments, Shelley?
Not that I can think of. No.
Okay.
I think
we'll save it for another YouTube video. Would you like to offer the blessing in divine language, please?
Yes. Bo elehu es agbalu elaol es ameam, meaning may universal harmony, peace, and understanding live in you always.
Thank you for that beautiful blessing, Shelley Celestra. We also want to thank our listeners for joining Celestra's Wisdom today. We hope you'll find this information helpful on your journey and that you'll tune in again soon to see what's new. Please consider subscribing to this channel to follow the sequence of Shelley Celestra's lessons on new tools for universal healing. I want to remind everybody that we have invited you to send an email to celestranm@gmail.com if you would like to receive Shelley's newsletters that may have a little bit more in-depth information than we provide on the YouTube's videos. This is your host, Ishana Sophia, sending peace, love, and healing to all beings from my heart to yours. Good day, and thank you for your presence with us. May universal harmony, peace, and understanding live in you always.